Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler Roman III, born September 14, 1989, is an American professional basketball player. After playing 1 year of college basketball for Tyler Junior College, he transferred to Marquette University. He was drafted with the 30th overall pick in the 2011 NBA Draft by the Chicago Bulls. Nicknamed Jimmy Buckets, Butler is a 5-time NBA All-Star, a 4-time All-NBA Team honoree, and a 5-time NBA All-Defensive Team honoree. In 2015, he was named the NBA Most Improved Player. Early life. Before the 2011 draft, one NBA general manager said about Butler, "His story is one of the most remarkable I've seen in all my years of basketball. There were so many times in his life where he was set up to fail. Every time, he overcame just enormous odds. When you talk to him and he's hesitant to talk about his life, you just have this feeling that this kid has." By the time he was 13 years old and living in the Houston suburb of Tomball, his mother kicked him out of the house. As Butler remembered it in a 2011 interview, she told him, "I don't like the look of you, you gotta go." He then bounced between the homes of various friends, staying for a few weeks at a time before moving to another house. Despite this, Butler maintains a close relationship with his parents, saying, "I don't hold grudges. I still talk to my family. My mom, my father. We love each other. That's never going to change." In a summer basketball league before his senior year at Tomball High School, he was noticed by Jordan Leslie, a freshman football and basketball player. The two immediately became friends, and Butler began staying at Leslie's house. Although his friend's mother and stepfather, who had 6 other children between them, were reluctant at first, they took him in within a few months. Butler would later say, "They accepted me into their family. And it wasn't because of basketball." Michelle Lambert, Leslie's mother, was just very loving. "She just did stuff like that. I couldn't believe it." As a junior at Tomball High, Butler averaged 10 points per game. As a senior and team captain in 2006-07, Butler averaged 19.9 points and 8.7 rebounds per game and was subsequently voted his team's most valuable player. Butler was not heavily recruited coming out of high school and chose to attend Tyler Junior College in Tyler, Texas. College career. After his freshman season at Tyler, where he had averaged 18.1 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game, Butler drew interest from Division I programs. Considered a 2-star recruit by 247 Sports.com, he was listed as the number 127 junior college prospect in 2008. Butler accepted an athletic scholarship to attend Marquette, where, as a sophomore in the 2008-09 season, he averaged 5.6 points and 3.9 rebounds per game and recorded a free throw percentage of 76.8%. He moved into the starting lineup as a junior during the 2009-10 campaign to average 14.7 points and 6.4 rebounds per game, and he earned all Big East honorable mention honors. His season was highlighted by 2 game-winning shots versus UConn and St. John's to help Marquette finish 11-7 in the Big East and earn its 5th consecutive Inca tournament appearance. As a senior in 2010-11, he averaged 15.7 points per game and earned an All-Big East honorable mention for the 2nd straight year. Professional career. Chicago Bulls 2011-2017. Early years. Butler was selected with the 30th overall pick in the 2011 NBA Draft by the Chicago Bulls. He saw limited opportunities in his rookie year, playing 42 games during the lockout-shortened 2011-12 season. The following season, he played all 82 games for the Bulls. After playing limited minutes to begin the 2012-13 season, he saw significant minutes over the second half of the season, including starting all 12 playoff games. He scored a then-career-high 28 points against the Toronto Raptors on April 9. 2 days later, he recorded his first career 20/10 game with 22 points and a career-high 14 rebounds against the New York Knicks. The 2013-14 season saw Butler miss 15 games due to injury, limiting him to 67 games. He averaged a career-high 38.7 minutes per game, which ranked first in the NBA. He scored a season-high 26 points against the Memphis Grizzlies on December 30. He set a franchise record when he played 60-20 in a triple overtime game against the Orlando Magic on January 15 and finished with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. At the season's end, he was named to the NBA All-Defensive Second Team. 2014-15 season. On November 25, 2014, Butler tied a career high with 32 points in a loss to the Denver Nuggets. On December 3, 2014, he was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month for games played in October/November. He later set a new career high of 35 points in a 103-97 win over the New York Knicks on December 18. On January 29, 2015, Butler was named a reserve for the Eastern Conference in the 2015 NBA All-Star Game. On March 2, 2015, he was ruled out for 3 to 6 weeks with a left elbow injury. He returned to action on March 23 against the Charlotte Hornets, recording 19 points and 9 rebounds in a 98-86 win. On April 20, Butler set a playoff career high for the second straight game, scoring 31 points in the Bulls' 91-82 win over the Milwaukee Bucks to take a 2-0 lead in their first-round series. On April 25, Butler again set a playoff career high with 33 points in a Bulls 92-90 loss to the Bucks, cutting their series lead to 3-2. They went on to win Game 6 of the series, moving them on to the semifinals, where they lost 4-2 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. On May 7, he was named the 2014-15 NBA Most Improved Player and became the first player in franchise history to win the award. 2015-16 season. On July 9, 2015, Butler re-signed with the Bulls to a 5-year, $95 million contract. The deal included a player option for the 5th year. On December 9, he scored a career-high 36 points in a loss to the Boston Celtics. He topped that mark with 43 points on December 18 in a 147-144 quadruple overtime loss to the Detroit Pistons. On January 3, Butler broke Michael Jordan's team record for points in a half, scoring 40 of his 42 after the break to lead the Bulls to a 115-113 win over the Toronto Raptors. 2 days later, he recorded 32 points and a then season-high 10 assists in a 117-106 win over the Milwaukee Bucks. On January 14, he scored a career-high 53 points in a 115-111 overtime win over the Philadelphia 76ers. Butler also had 10 rebounds and 6 assists while making 15 off-minutes 30 field goals and 21 off-minutes 25 free throws to help the Bulls snap a 3-game losing streak. He became the first Bulls player to score 50 points since Jamal Crawford in 2004. On February 5, Butler suffered a left knee strain in a game against the Denver Nuggets and missed nearly 4 weeks. He was voted to play in the 2016 NBA All-Star Game, but the injury forced him to drop out, and he was subsequently replaced in the East team by teammate Pau Gasol. Butler missed 11 games with the knee injury, returning to action for the Bulls on March 5 against the Houston Rockets. In 34 minutes of action, he recorded 24 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal in a 108-100 win, helping the Bulls snap a 4-game losing streak. However, he returned to the sidelines on March 7 for the team's game against the Milwaukee Bucks due to back soreness and swelling in his left knee. After a 3-game absence, he returned to action on March 14 against the Toronto Raptors. On April 2, he recorded his first career triple-double with 28 points and career highs of 17 rebounds and 12 assists in a 94-90 loss to the Detroit Pistons. In the Bulls' season finale on April 13, Butler recorded his second career triple-double with 10 points, 12 rebounds and 10 assists in a 115-105 win over the Philadelphia 76ers. 2016-17 season. In the Bulls' season opener on October 27, Butler scored a team-high 24 points in a 105-99 win over the Boston Celtics. On November 9, he had a 39-point effort in a 115-105 loss to the Atlanta Hawks. 3 days later, he scored 37 points, hit all 14 free throws, grabbed 8 rebounds and dished out a season-high 9 assists in a 106-95 win over the Washington Wizards. On November 20, he scored a season-high 40 points in a 118-110 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. The following day, he was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for games played Monday, November 14 through Sunday, November 20. On December 28, he matched his season high with 40 points and hit a 20-footer at the buzzer to give the Bulls a 101-99 comeback victory over the Brooklyn Nets. Butler scored 9 points in the final 21/2 minutes to rally Chicago. He finished 11 for 11 from the free throw line and grabbed 11 rebounds as the Bulls overcame a 7-point deficit in the final 3 minutes. On January 2, 2017, Butler scored 52 points in a 118-111 win over the Charlotte Hornets. He was a point shy of his career high, which he got on January 14, 2016, and scored 20 points in the first half and 17 in the game's final 4 minutes. He also had 12 rebounds and 6 assists while shooting 21 off minus 22 from the free throw line. On January 7, he hit the 40-point mark for the third time in 6 games, finishing with 42 points in a 123-118 overtime win over the Toronto Raptors. 2 days later, he was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for games played Monday, January 2 through Sunday, January 8. On January 19, Butler was named a starter on the Eastern Conference All-Star team for the 2017 NBA All-Star Game. After questioning the desire of the team's younger players following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks on January 25, Butler was fined and held out of the starting lineup against the Miami Heat on January 27 as punishment. He subsequently finished with just 3 points on 1 for-13 shooting. On February 25, 2017, he recorded his third career triple-double with 18 points, 10 rebounds and 10 assists in a 117-99 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. On March 26, 2017, he had 20 points and a career-high 14 assists in a 109-94 win over the Milwaukee Bucks. On April 6, 2017, he recorded his fourth career triple-double with 19 points, 10 rebounds and 10 assists in a 102-90 win over the Philadelphia 76ers. Minnesota Timberwolves, 2017-2018. On June 22, 2017, Butler was traded, along with the rights to Justin Patton, the 16th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, to the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the rights to Lauri Markkanen, the 7th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft. In his debut for the Timberwolves in their season opener on October 18, Butler scored 12 points in a 107-99 loss to the San Antonio Spurs. On December 3, he scored 20 of his 33 points in the fourth quarter of the Timberwolves' 112-106 win over Los Angeles Clippers. On December 12, he scored 38 points in a 118-112 overtime loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. On December 18, he had a 37-point effort in a 108-107 win over the Portland Trail Blazers. On December 27, Butler scored 12 of Minnesota's 14 points in overtime and finished with a season-high 39 to lift the Timberwolves to a 128-125 victory over the Denver Nuggets. On January 23, he was named a Western Conference All-Star Reserve. On February 9, In his return to Chicago, Butler scored 38 points in a 114-113 loss to the Bulls. Butler chose to not play in the All-Star game, prioritizing the stretch run of the season, and thought the rest would benefit him. However, in the Timberwolves' first game after the All-Star break, on February 23 against the Houston Rockets, Butler left the game late in the third quarter with a right knee injury. 2 days later, he underwent meniscus surgery and was ruled out indefinitely. Butler returned to action on April 6 to score 18 points in a 113-96 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. In Game 3 of the Timberwolves' first-round playoff series against the Rockets, Butler hit 4 three-pointers among his 28 points in a 121-105 win. The Timberwolves went on to lose the series in 5 games. Shortly before training camp in 2018, Butler requested a trade from the Timberwolves, indicating he would not re-sign with the team in the 2019 off-season. When a trade was not achieved prior to the start of the regular season, Butler opted to play for Minnesota in 2018-19. He appeared in 10 of the Timberwolves' first 13 games before being traded in early November. Philadelphia 76ers 2018-2019. On November 12, 2018, Butler was traded, along with Justin Patton, to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for Jared Bayless, Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and a 2022 second-round draft pick. He made his debut for the 76ers 2 days later, scoring 14 points in a 111-106 loss to the Orlando Magic. On November 25, he recorded 34 points and 12 rebounds and made a three-pointer with 2.3 seconds remaining to give the 76ers a 127-125 victory over the Brooklyn Nets. On December 5, he scored a season-high 38 points in a 113-102 loss to the Toronto Raptors. 2 days later, he had a second straight 38-point game in a 117-111 win over the Detroit Pistons. On January 29, Butler was shifted to point guard and had 20 points and 6 assists in a 121-105 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. In Game 1 of the 76ers' first-round playoff series against the Nets, Butler scored a game-high 36 points in a 111-102 loss. In Game 2 of the second round, Butler had 30 points and 11 rebounds to help the 76ers tie the series against the Raptors at 1-1 with a 94-89 win. In Game 6, he scored 25 points in a 112-101 win, helping the 76ers tie series against the Raptors at 3-3. The 76ers went on to lose 92-90 in Game 7 despite Butler's 16 points. Miami Heat 2019 present. On July 6, 2019, Butler signed with the Miami Heat via sign-and-trade with the 76ers in a 4-team trade. On December 9, 2019, Butler was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week after he averaged 27.5 points, 9.0 rebounds, and 8.5 assists per game. On December 10, Butler recorded a career-high 18 rebounds, along with 20 points and 11 assists in a 135-121 overtime win against the Atlanta Hawks. On January 30, Butler was named to his 5th NBA All-Star game. The Heat reached the NBA Finals after defeating the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games, earning Butler his first Finals appearance. In Game 3 of the 2020 NBA Finals, Butler finished with 40 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists and became the third player in Finals history to record a 40-plus point triple-double, joining LeBron James then with Cleveland in 2015 and Jerry West with the Los Angeles Lakers in 1969. Butler also became the first player to have more points, rebounds, and assists in a Finals game than James, who finished with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. In Game 5, Butler had 35 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals to become the first player to register 35-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, 10-plus assists and 5-plus steals in a finals game. He is also the second player to reach such stats in NBA playoff history after Gary Payton in 2000. Butler became the second player with multiple 30-point triple-doubles in the same finals series, joining James in 2015. He became the sixth player with multiple triple-doubles in a finals series along with James, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, and Draymond Green. The Heat came up short against the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games. Butler became only the second player in a finals series to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, joining James in 2016. On February 11, 2021, Butler recorded his 10th career triple-double with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in the Heat's 101-94 win over the Houston Rockets. On February 18, Butler logged his 13th career triple-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 13 assists in a 118-110 win over the Sacramento Kings, becoming the first player in franchise history with 3 consecutive triple-doubles. Together with teammate Bam Adebayo, who posted 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, they became the first pair in league history to register triple-doubles in the same game more than once. On August 7, 2021, Butler was re-signed to a reported 4-year, $184 million contract by the Heat. Career statistics: NBA, regular season, playoffs, college, personal life. Butler is a fan of country music and was featured in the music video of the country song Light It Up by Luke Bryan. He is good friends with Mark Wahlberg, whom he met while Wahlberg was filming Transformers: Age of Extinction in Chicago. The two have vacationed in Paris together. Butler became a fan of soccer during the 2016 Summer Olympics after watching Neymar Jr. play for Brazil. He cites Paris Saint-Germain as his favorite team and Neymar as his favorite player. Butler and his girlfriend have a daughter. He missed the first 3 games of the 2019-20 NBA season due to the birth of his daughter. In the NBA bubble, Butler opened his own coffee shop, which he operated out of his hotel room using his French press coffee brewer, charging $20 per cup.